Alright, we're back at it again. This time we are roasting up a batch of Brazil. See the beans hopping away in there. And we are climbing up to 228 degrees. Our goal for this batch is to hit 435. Oh, we got a beanstalk back in there. Just joining us, we are roasting a batch of Brazilian coffee. This is a Brazil bean that's going to go to a medium roast. We're sitting at 255 degrees, and our goal is to hit 435. The air going into the beans is 420 degrees. So this is in the initial stage of roasting, and the beans are still somewhat green. And wow, I see 8 of you on here. Welcome. Just started streaming on this channel. Let you see what it's like to roast coffee. And this is what coffee looks like when it's raw. It's green. And the goal is that once the coffee hits 435 degrees here, we will be at a perfect medium roast. So I'll take you through everything. First crack, the whole 9 yards. The bean that we're roasting is this one here. It is a Brazil Rock Soupe semi-washed. And this is what coffee looks like when it's fresh from the distributor or the warehouse. Get a good look. See, it's green. It looks like that. And it doesn't smell like coffee at all. It actually smells like the garden. So yeah, there's you some green coffee. And when we're done with it, it'll look like that right there. So where we are right now in the roast, if you're just joining, we put a batch on a couple of moments ago. This is an air bed roaster here. It's not a fire and drum roaster. We have one of those, but this is an air bed roaster. And you can see the coffee starting to change from green to yellow. It'll go from green to yellow to light brown, and then it'll go that beautiful dark brown color that everybody loves in their cup of coffee first thing in the morning. Right now we're sitting at 275 degrees with an end goal of 435. And around 380 degrees, when this hits 380, you'll get to hear first crack. That's when the bean opens up for the first time. Really glad to see you on here this afternoon. If this is your first time seeing this, we're a coffee roaster in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and we offer both airbed roasted coffee as well as the traditional fire and drum roasted coffee. Primary difference here is this coffee cooks with gas and fire, and this coffee cooks with forced hot air. So I'm going to take you all the way to done, let you see the finished coffee. You can see it's turned to an even darker shade of yellow now. It's just like a popcorn popper. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon, everybody. Appreciate you. Glad to bring you along for the ride. I'll give you a little bit of insight as to what is happening here. Down here in the bottom portion, there is a heat chamber full of vertical heat coils. There's a blower fan in the bottom. That blower fan pulls air in on the back side of the machine here. An intake right here. Pulls air in. Superheats, well, it doesn't superheat it, but right now the air is 429 degrees coming out of there. Comes up through this cone right here, and there's some baffles in there that makes the air turn in a circular motion. And then all the beans are about to right here inside the hopper. And it basically tumbles the coffee on a bed of hot air. And as the coffee cooks, this thing on top, this big vacuum hose, I'll show you what it looks like on the side. This vacuum hose goes down, comes over to this giant suction fan. Before it hits the fan, it goes through a filter box right here. And inside here is a giant filter, a chiffon bag that catches all the chaff off the coffee so that you don't get bitter tasting notes in your coffee. And what you're left with is just the roasted beans. One day I'll get a camera where I can stick it down inside here so you can see it up close. But for right now, the best I can show you is through the grate. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. And we are coming up on 300 degrees. We're almost at 300. 294. Those of you who've never seen before, this is our coffee roastery. We are based out of Central Arkansas. And what you're looking at here, each of these bags is a different bean of origin. So over there we've got some Guatemala. Here we got some Brazil. Some more Brazil. People love Brazil. And then we have some decaf, Colombian sugar wash process. We got some Uganda. Right here, some Mexican Chiapas. Beautiful organic coffee. Right here, we've got some Colombian, also organic. And here, we have a bean called the Indian Monsoon Malabar. It's a high caffeine content bean. You can see it has notes, earthy notes, creamy, sweet notes. Makes for a phenomenal cup of coffee. That bag I was telling you about that catches all the chaff, this is what one of them looks like. Catches all the coffee chaff down inside the bag. But yeah, and then here's a shelf of done coffee. And these are cans that we store the cooked coffee in before they go to be ground on our grinders, and then sealed on a bag sealer, and then shipped out to you fresh. See the coffee start to turn a darker shade of yellow, headed toward brown. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Kind of like bread baking. appreciate the thumbs up there, friend. Can't see who's on, but I sure appreciate it. Now we're up to 309 degrees, so we're a little over 120 degrees away from done coffee. Here in just a little bit, you'll be able to hear the coffee cracking. The first one we hear is called First Crack. If you're just joining us, we are roasting coffee. Thank you for joining the stream. Really appreciate you. We're getting up there 311 degrees. Remember, our goal is 435. That's going to get us to a beautiful medium roasted coffee. This stuff tastes so good when it's fresh roasted, y'all. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and increase the wattage. We're sitting at 6,500 watts, so I'm going to go ahead and crank it to 7,000 watts. We don't want to put it at max temperature to start. We want to go slowly up to temperature so we don't burn the beans or tip the beans. If you got any questions, by all means, drop them in the chat. I'd love to talk to you. If this is your first time, thank you for joining the stream from Monderosa Coffee Company. We're a small batch coffee roaster in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and our pride and joy is giving our customers really fresh coffee. Up there, sitting at 323 degrees, so we're getting closer, 324. You can see the air temperature coming into the beans is now getting close to 500 degrees. Just joining us, thank you for joining. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, I really appreciate that. It helps get us noticed on YouTube, and people can come join us and watch us roast coffee. We're getting really close to where you can hear first crack. We're about 50 degrees away from first crack. We're now up at 335, and our air temperature is now 506. It's starting to turn brown like the coffee you're used to seeing in the bag. Arky Treasure Hogs, what's up, brother? How you doing? How's the family? I know you like to stay caffeinated. See, you're on here. beans are starting to really change color from where we started about 15 minutes ago. All good. Good to hear that, brother. Please say hello to the family for us. I miss you guys. For anyone else who's just joined, we're roasting up a batch of Brazilian coffee. And this is the region it came from. So yeah, it's Brazilian coffee. It is a 2025 crop, so it's fresh stuff. It just came out. And this is, if you haven't seen coffee before, this is what it looks like. So we're going from that to the stuff you drink in your coffee cup. Starting to look really pretty. You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that through the camera, but we're hitting first crack. Starting to look more like coffee. Now sitting at 370 degrees on the coffee. And the air temperature coming into the hopper is 521 degrees. We're at 7,000 watts. And as soon as we hit first crack, I'm going to move this from 7,000 watts to about 8,000 watts to finish it off. 8,000 watts is going to put us at about 600, 620 on the temperature coming out. Really do appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you so much. We are a true mom and pop business. Like literally, my wife and I are the business. It smells so good in here. It's gone from the smell of bread baking now to the smell of light roasted coffee. If you're going to be able to see this, but I'm going to try to get the camera placed so you can see the chaff coming off the coffee. right there. Oh, can you see that? Thumbs up or thumbs down. A little bit. See the lines in the air gap here. Off the tap. Burned up in the positive zone. I'll take it all here real fast. Get off there. Very simple. All right, we're getting there. First crack, I'm going to go ahead and up the wattage on the machine just a little bit. We're going to go to about 7,200 watts. There goes first crack. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? That chaff coming off the beans, when the chaff burns up in the coffee beans, it makes or breaks the taste. Like, you get the chaff off while you're cooking the coffee comes out tasting amazing without all the burnt taste. Appreciate the thumbs up, friend. Looks like we got 3 on here. It's really great to see you guys on here. I can't see names, but if you drop me a comment, I can see your name. Or just drop us a thumbs up if you're watching. Tell us where you're watching from. We'd love to know where our audience is. Tried turning the light on here. Let me see if I can see if that works. I don't know if that helps or makes it worse. I think that makes it worse. You can really see the chaff starting to come off now. Let me get up here where you can see the chaff. That thing. Now all those little bits flying off. Get that off the coffee while it's done. It takes so much Cody, y'all still in Central Arkansas? We're getting close. Almost there. We're getting there. We're getting 400 degrees now. 401. You can see the air coming out of the heater, or the heat coils, is now 571 degrees. Yep, 20 minutes north. Rock on, brother. Well, I'm glad to know y'all are doing all right. It sure is good to see you on here. Look at that beautiful color on those coffee beans. We're going to go ahead now and raise up our temperature. We're going to bring it to 8,000 watts. And we're sitting at 407 on the bean temp. If you're just joining us, we're roasting coffee. I see a brand new person just signed in. Welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. We're roasting Brazilian coffee. And for the new watcher who just joined, what you're staring at here is an airbed roaster. So where I had the camera is like right there on those little grates. And this is an airbed roaster. There's 6 pounds of fresh Brazilian coffee inside that hopper. And we're roasting Brazil coffee. This is what it started out looking like. And our goal is to make it look like this over here. So there you go. That's a done medium roast. This is a Guatemalan right here. So the goal is to turn that green coffee into that. So look, we're getting close. You can see color-wise, we're almost there. Look at those beans. Man, they're beautiful. I wish YouTube would let me figure out a way to stream smells to you. It smells so good in here right now. It's starting to smell like a coffee house. Thank you so much for joining the stream, all of you. Really appreciate it. Listen to those cracks. All right, remember our goal temperature is 435 degrees. You see it's climbing really quickly now. The reason it's climbing so quickly is because coffee, as it roasts, the roast curve sort of looks like this. You're going, and all of a sudden it just does that. And so what's happening here, yes, I cut my finger. With a tape measure, no doubt. Isn't that weird? not doing coffee. But anyway, when you get close to the end temperature, it climbs pretty quick. You can see we jumped to 425. You can hear more cracks happening. Look at that beautiful brown color of those coffee beans. Y'all stick with me. I'm going to dump this batch and come right back, okay? I'll be right back. I'm dumping the batch of coffee. I didn't leave you. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing the hopper here. It's going to go in here. We're going to pull a downdraft of cold air, and we're going to cool these beans off. So give me just 1 second. I'll be right back with you. You're about to hear the sound of the coffee beans go into the cooling bin. I'm going to get a tripod for this thing. All right, y'all take a look at that. Look at that beautiful batch of coffee. There is the payoff. Thank you for sticking with me. So what we do now, I'm going to set this down for just 1 second. I promise I'm not leaving it. What we're going to do, we're going to stir this batch. We're going to try to kill the heat as fast as possible so that we don't overcook the beans. It's like cooking a steak. You know when you pull a steak off the grill? When you pull a steak off the grill, let me turn this bean loft down. So when you pull a steak off the grill, you know it continues to cook. Well, same thing with these coffee beans. Because of the mass that's in this cooler, if I don't stir it, the beans in the center will overcook. And the beans on the outside will be cool. So I stir, to keep the beans cooling evenly so we don't have any burnt beans. That's the last thing we want is burnt coffee. You know, burnt dinner, burnt breakfast, those are bad. Burnt coffee is just unacceptable. Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The smell-o-vision? Yeah. I wish we had smell-o-vision. I do. I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe they'll, maybe you can buy like a scent device to hook to your computer when you're watching one of these videos and can kind of give you the smell that's coming out. Because I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. But this is, if you just joined, this is a beautiful batch of Brazilian coffee that I just roasted from green. And it's going out to a wonderful customer in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And they've requested Brazil medium roast whole bean. So that's what I'm doing. And so yeah, we just about got them cooled off. It takes about 90 seconds to get the beans to stop cooking so we don't burn them. All right, and now we go in for the close-up. Look at that. Y'all, I can't tell you how good this cup of coffee is going to taste, but it's going to be amazing. First cup of coffee comes off. Well, this is a lot more than a cup of coffee. You're looking at a few hundred cups of coffee right here. But yeah, that's us. That's Monderosa Coffee Company, y'all. That's what we do. We roast it fresh, and this coffee will now go to a degas cycle that is 24 hours long. You like my high-tech stir spoon? It was a gift from Mom and Dad. But this will go for a 24-hour degas cycle before it is bagged, and we'll put a label on it, and then it'll go to our wonderful customers. So if you're wondering what this rag is here, we use a sanitizing wipe for all of our instruments because we have to be compliant with the health department, just like a restaurant, because people consume this coffee. So every surface you see here, including this spoon, has been sanitized prior to the coffee getting dumped. How about that? There we go. You've seen it. You've seen it here live on Facebook. So literally 20 minutes ago, this was this. How about that? All thanks to the Artisan 6M by Coffee Crafters. That's our roaster. This is our baby right here. We love this thing. It literally, I would put my coffee up against anybody's in the state of Arkansas and beyond with this machine right here. It makes some really good coffee. But, well, now the real work for me begins, the bagging everything. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. It's good to hear from you, Jody, and anybody I haven't met on here. It's really great to hear from you. If you don't mind, if you're watching this stream after the fact, drop your comment and where you're from. We'd love to hear from you. And I'm going to sign off now and get to work packaging this stuff up, or getting it into a degas container. So God bless you all. Keep drinking coffee, and if you're looking for an alternative to what you've been drinking, go to www.monderosa.com. Monderosa. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Monderosa.com, and you can order a bag of fresh Brazilian roasted coffee. I'm going to sign off now and get to work. I guess I have been working, but anyway. God bless y'all. Thank you for signing in, and I hope to see you on the next stream. Jody, say hello to the family for me, brother. All right. I'm signing off. Love y'all.